Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. It's Week 8 in the NFL. We're the odds couple, and this is the the incredibly popular Doug Upstone-led false favorites and top dogs show that we do every week in the NFL. We've actually been doing this show for quite a few years, and Doug Upstone has been very successful year in and year out with the show. This is the hottest he's ever been. Wow. He started out last week. His winning percentage overall in the year now goes down after a 2-1 week. He's now dropped.
He's human.
He drops to 16-4-1 against the spread. I guarantee you someone went all in on the one pick that was a loser. Doug Upstone, congratulations on another great week. 16-4-1 against the spread. How are you feeling about this show, Doug?
Obviously, I'm feeling great about the show, and my only disappointment is that I was 17 seconds away from 3-0 with Matt Stafford's last seconds comeback. So that was really the only thing that took a little juice out of the whole deal for me.
Yeah, well, as we know, there's a lot of randomness involved in the NFL, which is why it's almost impossible to continue to go 16-4-1 on every 21 game sample that you pick. But you expect to do well going forward, right, Doug Upstone?
Yes, I certainly hope so. I have to admit, though, this week with only 13 games, it really narrowed it down quite a bit.
All right. Well, Doug Upstone, I have one game that I predict will be one of your three picks. Don't tell us now. We'll see if you when you reveal your picks, if this winds up being one of them. I would bet my life that this is going to be one of his picks. I've already given it officially in our show. This is the New Orleans Saints. I guarantee you one of these three picks Doug Upstone mentions is going to be the New Orleans Saints. Let's see if I'm right. Doug Upstone, what's your first false favorite or top dog for NFL Week 8?
First one is going to be a top dog, and it is going to be on the San Diego Chargers going to Denver. Now, the common thought process here is that Denver is going to be home, having played and playing San Diego just 17 days ago. They're going to want to put the hurt on the Chargers, and they might well do that. But something tells me that San Diego is going to play well here. Now, this team has a lot of confidence coming off 2 straight victories, and the last one in particular being in overtime and not giving it away. Now, Philip Rivers and company are averaging 29.4 points per game. And the last time Denver scored that many points or got close to that many points was week 3. And their passing offense has really been taking a hit. It has not broken the 220-yard barrier since week 3. So I think the way San Diego is playing, I think they're extremely confident. When Philip Rivers and company have gone to a mile high or played at a mile high, they are 7-1-2 against the spread. And the visitor in this series is 9-2-1 against the spread. I'll gladly take the 6 points with the Bolts here.
Yeah. Now, you know what the thing is here is that Matt Ryan and Philip Rivers, the reason that the Chargers were able to beat Denver before was because they figured out how to move the ball on the defense, and the Falcons did it as well. They kind of set the blueprint for how to move the ball on Denver, and what you do is you throw it over the middle like running backs and tight ends and put them match them up against the linebackers. They did it successfully, and the question is, obviously, Denver's going to make adjustments, right? They're not just going to be able to go in there, do the exact same thing, have the exact same success, and get the same result, right, Doug Upstone? Are you anticipating?
They're going to have to make some adjustments, but now again, we're talking about a confident team now, so I think that's really a big difference maker in this case. And as I said, they always play well there, and I don't see any reason that they can't again.
Well, Mike Brenner, I don't need to remind you, I don't think you gave Denver officially as one of your picks this week.
I did, and this was not rehearsed. Doug and I did not know we were going to be stepping up.
You're on the opposite side of Doug Upstone right now. That's not a nice place to be. Although you have been on the opposite side of him before this year, and you've broken even.
Week.
Yeah. Well, last week, who were you on the opposite side of him again?
You forgot about that video with the kissing your sisters and.
You
forgot
with
about
Detroit?
that
No,
video?
You weren't on Detroit.
Well, I thought him and I went head to head with the Patriots and the Browns.
that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that one. No,
right.
But no, this is the kind of. I'm just kidding with you. I like this because of what Doug said. I like the revenge factor. I think Denver has, literally they got it out for this team, and I really like the fact that San Diego's going into uncharted territories. They haven't experienced 3 wins in a row, and who knows how long. And I really think even though Coach John Pagano is stepping up big time with that defense. All right, I think it's time for a Philip Rivers implosion, and I see that coming against this Denver defense, who just absolutely shut down a running game last night and looked brilliant. I think Denver picks up where they left off from last night. I think they get revenge, and I think they cover this line.
All right, Mike Brenner expecting adjustments from Denver. Doug Upstone expecting not enough adjustments to cover the spread. Doug Upstone, what's your second false favorite or top dog for NFL Week 8?
right back with a top dog, and I'm going to ride the tide with the Oakland Raiders. Now, the Oakland Express is really in full gear and is picking up steam as they go along and have gone from a pick to +1.5, which I think is advantageous for the Raiders here. Now, Jack Del Rio's crew is 10-2 against the spread on the road since last year, and dress them up as a dog, they're a perfect 8-0 against the spread. I give Del Rio a ton of credit here going with this team. It's a young team, it's developing, and he's taught them to be road warriors. Now, while this is no easy assignment going back to the Sunshine State for a second consecutive game, let's look at Tampa Bay, who, like the Raiders, is no good at home. How bad are the Buccaneers? Since 2014, 3-15 straight up and against the spread at Raymond James Stadium. Oakland outright.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we were all on Oakland last week, and this week Mike Brenner and I already went on Oakland officially before we even heard that it was a Doug Upstone side. I'm not at all surprised to hear that Doug Upstone's liking them again this week, although I'm very encouraged. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
Well, I'm encouraged for sure, because if Doug's on the same side I'm on, then my chances go up. There's no doubt about it. But why I'm really encouraged about it is the way that they took this game against Jacksonville from start to finish. There was no rushing. There was no, they weren't panicking. It was literally just a game plan that played out. I think that team picked up an awful lot of momentum, and through the emotion of that momentum, I think they go into Raymond James and they add another loss on that team that has no home field advantage whatsoever.
All right, we're all in agreement here on Oakland. Doug Upstone's third pick for NFL Week 8, got to be the Saints, right, Doug?
Peter, I hate to disappoint you.
Oh, really?
I did write about the article, which will be on the SBR website. I literally just got done writing it about 15 minutes ago. But I do have a false favorite, and it's going to be Kansas City. Now, I have talked about on various platforms about the Indianapolis roster not being that good this year. And once again, that's going to be the case when they face Kansas City because they're going to be an underdog. But Kansas City is hardly a dynamic offensive team at 22.7 points per game, which I think keeps the Colts around in this game. Now, let's also factor in that Kansas City is 1-5 straight up when visiting Indianapolis. And Andrew Luck just engineered his 12th come from behind, either fourth quarter or overtime victory in just his fourth year, despite having a lousy offensive line. Finally, when they got with Kansas City being favorite, little known fact, the Colts are 10-0 against the spread as home dogs with 9 outright wins. The Chiefs are false favorites, guys.
All right. Well, we've discussed this one. I asked Mike Brenner what he thought about it.
You know what, though? I could have swore it was in Kansas City. Pete.
No, it's
Excuse
in
me, because it's in NHL, everything else going on.
Colts are a home dog, and I was thinking that, after that win that the Colts, Mike, I was thinking that the Colts at some point are going to be a good fade, but I've been wrong about that. They went to London, they came back, and they got Andrew Luck and not a lot else. So I've been kind of looking to fade them, but I've been getting burned. I was thinking maybe the Chiefs would be a good bet this week. I'm still feeling my way out around it, but Doug Upstone, you're liking the Colts this week.
I certainly am.
All right, and you're not liking the Saints, Doug Upstone? You don't think
you're going to go back
plus
to
+3? You don't think they're a top dog
Come
at home
on,
against Seattle with Russell Wilson kind of banged up and the Seahawks always having offensive line issues, now on the road at New Orleans?
Hey, Peter, look at him. I'm sure you know I watch. Hey, become an SBR follower. Read the article. You'll know exactly what I'm thinking.
I love it.
All right.
I love it. That was beautiful.
Sounds good. We have Doug Upstone's 3 official plays for NFL Week 8 top dogs and false faves. Doug Upstone again, 16-4-1. It's unbelievable. We'll see how he does this week. Don't go all in on all of his picks, but I would definitely recommend blindly tailing all of them, flat betting, right?
Hey, there's no stone unturned.
Doug Upstone, that's right. Doug Upstone, good one. Doug Upstone, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week for NFL Week 9.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.